Well, everybody, I just about to get this machine, this AGT QK18 KXS-C up and running. So I want to go over what I've done so far and give you a general idea of pros and cons. Now, the very bad con about this machine, I'm 6 foot tall, 300 pounds. It is not easy to get in at all. So let's make sure you understand that right off the bat. This is hard for me to get in, turn around, because you can't go forward. So I did a video with showing the swapping from the excavator controls to backhoe controls. I did what I normally do, scoot them over. But then I come out here and I swap these hoses in order to make it work right, because I didn't want to dig back into this here. I put new grease tips on this, grease zerk, so it's easier to do. This one has the double function valve so that I'm going to have to see the way it works in order to make sure which one works. But so that I don't, on the hydraulic thumb, I put the quick connects on here. I still got to put the exchange for the quick disconnect on the bucket. Don't get me wrong, the Dig It is the easiest machine I've ran into to get in and out of. So let's look at some of the things like I said, I've been doing to make it easier for me. Is I put a step here because this is up this high, 3 feet in the air, and the Dig It was 43 inches wide, so the tracks come out a little further, and this is 39, so this is the in between the 36 and the 43. This does have a Pro swing boom, Pro AC. Finally got the alternator working on this. I've got everything hooked up. So I made this, let me put this back in there. I made this to where it comes down. And I'm going to have to screw this in a little more. I haven't played with it too much to see where I exactly need it. But this shock was $10 at Lowe's. It's not very big. It's a small one, like 10 inches. This is just a little screen door thing I got at a hardware store. Probably spent $20 for both of them. For the hinge was like $4 or $5, and then there's 4 bolts under there. I took this all apart, welded the hinge to this, drilled the holes out to where the heads fit in larger on this frame, so they're also a pilot point. So they get down here, they will fit into place. But it allows a little more room to get in and out. Like I said, I haven't played with this too much. I bought it 2 weeks ago, and I'm just now getting around to using it today. I put a step on. I may wind up putting another one. Let's get in here. Let me describe what I've done on the inside. These, put a rubber mat down here. I also cut this piece to where I can take this out without having to take my handles loose, or without having to take these pedals loose. I did make me a little bit, I don't know how well they're going to work, but all I need them was for my toes. This bar pedal over here, I cut a 1/2 inch off of it. Now, every one of these I see, they're loose and they slap each other. So what I've done here is I took a floor mat, or no, not a floor mat, a mud flap, hard plastic. I cut it to where it can only go so far that way and so far this way, and then I wound up with this one, putting another piece in the middle. So that in order for me to be comfortable with this one, I've turned this handle around because it hit my leg. This, if it was an inch smaller, it would have been great. The other things that I've done, over here, I put a gauge set so I can watch the oil pressure. I'm going to have to find out how they work because they're all in Celsius. They weren't expensive, so it'll show me the temperature. I will write down what they're supposed to be, and Fahrenheit. Got plenty of glass, so I can write it beside it and it's no big deal. So it shows me the oil pressure, the voltage, and the temperature. So let's go back here to the back. The biggest deal is for the alternator. Anyway, I will show you this. The temperature sensor's right here. The oil pressure sensor's right here. I did cut 3 inches off this exhaust. I still got to put the bottom on and bolt this back right, and it'll shut right correctly. So I may put something around that. I don't know if I'm going to yet or not. I'm wanting to play with this to see how it works. But I did this brace right here. I've added it because when at low idles, this thing shakes, and not at high idle. So I bent that brace and ground it to where it doesn't hit. So one of the biggest things I didn't like was to put fuel in. So now, in order to put fuel in, I can do this right here. Here's my fuel tank. I had an O in my hydraulic tank, and right now I haven't seen where I can drain the tank besides like siphoning it out. So I cut the hole in it, and I had a piece of no toolbox with diamond plate. I ordered these little ones. So I still need to grease everything and adjust the tension on the track and put the back bumper on. Then I'm going to start making some videos of how this thing did. I can't wait to see. I haven't been able to use it yet because I wanted to do all these modifications. I also added power ports so that I can run USB, charge my phone. I've got to get me a little deal to put on the deal here, and I did put a cup holder too. It's on the other side. So these are the little things that I've done so far, just so I can get ready to where I want this thing to be usable. Like and subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I did run it for 10-20 minutes with the alternator. This one, it did run with the other alternator, but it never kicked up to 14 volts. This one, it was only 12.3. This alternator is a one wire, 14 volts. I can see all that from the gauges. This also has a windshield wiper. It has lights, AC, heater. So I'm giving up a lot of once I get set down, it's comfortable. But till then, it is what it is. Let me know what you think.